Welcome back, everyone. We on the last chat session called Ayushi just touched point, how she kind of went ahead with her college application. So we'll deep dive more into it. Tell us something about the prompts. I know you were mentioning offline that some colleges have 5 prompts, some might have 3 prompts, and you have firstly is the tell me about yourself. So how and what you thought and you presented on those prompts.
So my strategy when just looking at those prompts and approaching them, my strategy was like the first time I saw them, the first thought was to write down all your experiences. Make a spreadsheet, make a Google Doc, and just write down your major experiences. That's what I did for myself. I wrote down like what nonprofits I was part of, what volunteer working I had done, my awards, accolades, because a lot of times we tend to forget all those things. I mean, it's 4 years, it's a lot of months, a lot of days, a lot of weeks. So you don't know what you won at one point, what you did at the other. So I would suggest writing down all your experiences, big or small, whatever you feel is relevant to the college applications. For example, I worked at a non-profit and I did an event. I served food and I managed the event, whatever coordination was there. So I wrote that down, and along with that, I would recommend not only writing down the experience, but writing down what emotions you had, what feelings you had, like what you did, substantiate that experience. At the same time, write in an emotional way. So, if you were to write about it in your college applications, then you can write, basically what you learned, what you did, what you felt, because at the end of the day, it's you. So it's your feelings, it's your experiences. So write down your emotions as well as your experiences. So that's how I approached my prompts. Every college, you'd be surprised how many different prompts, how many different things there are to each college. A lot of them they do overlap. When I was writing my essays, a lot of times I reused a lot of my essays. I tweaked some things and I reused them, but also a lot of times you have to come up with completely new ideas. I remember for my Chapel Hills essays, my NC State essays, I had similar prompts, but for NYU, they asked me something completely different about some commencement speech and some very unique prompt. So I had to come up with a new idea for that. I had to write a new essay from scratch. So yeah, so you don't know what experience will come handy during these applications. So write everything down.
Yeah, and just not write the key things that you have done, but also kind of double click on it and kind of know that what and how and it framed you, it reached where you reached just doing that activity. So yeah, that's a good thing. And also I know you mentioned that there are a lot of things that you do on your 9th, 10th and 11th that kind of fades by the time you're on your 12th grade. So that writing kind of helps you rewind,
jog your memory
jog your memory, right. Rewind what all you have done, starting from it can be as good as being part of the National Honor Junior Society.
Yeah, it can be anything, whatever experience you believe was impactful to you, you should write it down. If that was National Honor Society, if that was cleaning up the road, I mean, each experience holds something with it. It just matters what you make out of it. How you craft yourself into it will determine how how you present your college essays.
Yeah, and of course the learning that comes along with that. Yes. So yeah, that is a good piece of suggestion. I think many of us have actually lost the theory and the practice of writing. So that way it helps, because writing always helps you to not only jog back your memory, but also helps you to present yourself further in your college application. So yeah. So apart from the strategy that you know adapted yourself and adopted for your college application, is there anything like you took as an external help, or it was you shining it all on your college application? So let us know about that.
So for me, my external help was literally Instagram and Google for me, and friends and family. There cannot be a better help than that, in my opinion. Instagram is really a gold mine for information when you're not just doom scrolling on there. It has a bunch of college application advices, essays, ideas, a lot of those. I also used the college essay guy. He's quite well known. He wasn't like completely useful for me, but it gave me something to build off of. And of course, friends and family. I mean, there are no better editors than your parents or people who know you the best. They know you, so they know like how your essay sounds, if it sounds like you, if it doesn't. So I think your teachers, your parents, those are your biggest support system. At the same time, don't go out to the world sharing your essay. Of course, that's also not a good idea. My sole advice would be, when you are reviewing a Common App essays and just the application in general, show it to people whom you trust, like your teachers, your parents, your relatives, and they're the biggest source of support. And yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good suggestion. Yeah, because a lot of times, and it came all from you, that you don't want lot of exchange of your essays from different hands, because people might not know you and flag you something which you are genuinely that person. So you don't want those flags on your essays, and it all came from you that I don't want to exchange too many hands. So confine it to the people who know you, and of course you are your best judge and your best you are your best friend, philosopher and guide. So trust your gut, trust yourself, and then go from there. So yeah, that was good. And also, what exactly do you think, when you are writing about yourself, is what would be your guidance? Like it can be very generic. Again, give us some guidance, share your inputs, how you crafted your tell me about yourself on the college app.
Right. So the personal statement, again, write down all your ideas, experiences. My personal statement was like based on an experience that, like I remember when it happened, but of course it's like at the back of my mind. It was me getting stitches. It's not something I remember every day, but it was a pretty big event for me. So I wrote about having stitches. Again, not like a very significant event, but you can craft it the way you want. You can craft anything the way you want it. So I wrote about getting stitches. I made it a metaphor into different aspects of my life. I used karate as one of the experiences. I said about teaching kids, teaching a special kid, and how that worked out for me, that experience. So again, channelize your experiences, not the activity itself. And I also used one of my experiences from governor school. I used one of my experiences from going swimming and snorkeling. Very, very like they weren't big events, but they were something that I remembered. They made me into who I am today. So yeah, my general piece of like advice would be to channelize your experiences onto the college essays. Don't think that something's too big or too small to go on your application. Nothing is that way. Everything stands equal. Getting a coffee as an experience is just as big as writing a research or publishing a paper. Any experience that you have can be made into a good essay or a good paragraph into that essay.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, and I remember you saying that it's always a good thing not to Google too many essays and read them through, because
it takes away from who you are. Like,
Yeah.
remember that when you're writing your essays, remember that these are other people, they're not you. Your journey is your own. You know, when I was writing my essays, I remember comparing myself to a lot of people, because people around me, they had achieved a lot, they had a lot going on in their essay, but mine was simply about getting stitches and just experience related to that. It was nothing big, but it was me. So you know, don't scrap your essay, or don't think that it's bad just because it has very mundane experiences. It's you at the end of the day, so just believe in that and go with your gut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So from this chat session, so I guess this would be our, the last bit on the series of the college applications that you have thrown. You have shown the torchlight, and always have faith that there is light at the end of the tunnel. So after all the efforts and endeavors that you do for months, you have a selection from your dream college and your dream courses that you want to take. So so I guess what I kind of assimilate from this chat session with you is that your college application should be a bouquet of good volunteering hours, study, and a good GPA.
Yeah.
Then of course a lineup of AP subjects. Not overcrowd yourself with it. Don't overburden yourself, and go by the choices that you see yourself. The choices you have decided, you're still not decided, whatever may be the case, just have that. So your college application will be more holistic approach of a person you are, not of all the series of achievements that you have done and you are trying to throw it. So
yeah, at the end of the senior year, it's not about what grades you have in your senior year. It's all that depends is on your essays and on your letters of recommendation. You need to have good letters of recommendation. So again, I would recommend, that's a pivotal piece of your college application. You need to have like a good relationship with your teachers, and make sure that, not even teachers, anyone who you've interacted with, who knows who you are, and knows what you do, knows your work ethic, knows you as a person. So you can get recommendations from them, not necessarily just teachers, but it's good to have a good relationship with them, because at the end of the day, they are writing your recommendations. So that is quite a big piece. And yeah, that would be my last takeaway.
wow, thank you so much. So